Hi there, my name's Joan Hamilton, and today I'd like to invite you into my virtual studio to do some digital watercolor painting with me. I'm using Skip Allen's Digital Square Pool Blender and one of his watercolor brushes that I've made into a watercolor wash that I call Grainy Soft Wash. I'm going to start with that because that's the first step. I did that with this Grainy Soft Wash in a very light color. You can see from the color wheel and from the toolbox. And it's a very large brush. And I just did it very, very lightly in different places. I'm just going to do a little bit of extra here. Then I'll have to lighten it because it will be too dark. So I'm just going to reduce the opacity a little bit so it won't show through as much. Okay, that's step one. Step two, I used the Digital Square Pool Blender that I've adapted to my settings, and I used a darker blue. Actually, I think maybe I did use that one, but I painted all this blue area with this brush, leaving cloud shapes, so I can paint into them a little bit to show you how that worked. It was pretty simple to do. That's a resaturated brush. And I'm not worried about that being a little bit darker blue. I can change the colors around a little bit because I can blend that in later. Okay, that's step two. And step three, I did some creative blending with a brush of mine called, it's a new one, hang on. Wet into Wet, Digital Wet into Wet Blender. Just hang on a sec, folks, I have to find where it is. There it is. Okay, gotta move that out of the way. This is a really interesting brush. I don't have any diffusion on there now, and what it does is blends in, softens and diffuses those edges as much or as little as you want. I'm going to make that a little larger so you can see exactly what's happening with this brush. There's no diffusion on there now. I can pull the color with it. I can soften those edges. Now I can put a little diffusion in there, soften them even some more. Pull the white out, and then it will diffuse as soon as I let go and lift the brush. It diffuses it in. See how that blue is blending in with the turquoise? So that's why I really wasn't worried about it in that other area. So this is how you do the blending a little bit. You can do that. So you can also, with this brush unsaturated, move blended areas back. Take some of that color out, soften it, put some white back in if you want. Feel you got too much blue in there, put some white back in. See, I'm just moving the paint around. I'll make that a little bit bigger for you. You can see it. How I'm just moving the paint around with the brush. I'm not really good at softening this one to blend it out. Skip seems to have it down pat. But I keep trying. But I am getting some of the lighter color in here, as you can see. But I'm not too worried because I have another brush that's going to fix that up a little bit. That Wet into Wet blender again. Add that to my toolbar.